And we're live. Hey everybody, welcome back to D&D Night, Cataclysm, with your DM, me, Sidina Soros. Hi. I was listening to our playbacks, and I also needed to put on here that we kind of need a disclaimer. Foul language, adult situations in context, dirty jokes and puns. So just a little TBR list right there. Welcome everybody. Tonight is stream 11 of our Cataclysm D&D 5e. I'm your Game Master DM. Nice to meet everybody. And as always, we have our two players. We have Wicked Arya playing Yabrana. Say hi.
Hola. And
then we have... Yeah, you did. And you actually hear it. And then we have Nightmare playing Namriel. Say hi, Nightmare.
Hello.
Good deal. Hello. So sorry about the change of schedule, people. I know we try to do it on Sundays, but it's been kind of hit or miss, yeah, depending on stuff. So, internet connections, stuff going wrong, me being sick, stuff happens, life happens. But we're here with episode 11, and we're going to get right into it. Last time on D&D, our intrepid adventurers went down into the basement of the Falkreath summer house and met a shadow gnome. Gave them boons. Boons are good. Boons, not bones. Boons. And so they have finally...
Look, it sounded like bones.
They have come up from the depths, loot and info in hand. And now they're just waiting for Brianna to come back and it'll kickstart off the whole session. You guys have climbed back up out of the basement. Boons richer. Amnesia also richer. The board is yours.
I'm gonna lay back down on the couch, like when she left. So when they open the door, it doesn't look suspicious.
I'm having a hard time not saying that right now. That's so you know. I'm trying to be good. All right, Namriel, Yabrana goes and lays down. What do you do?
I'm just gonna stand, leaning up against the bookshelf slightly.
Okay, you guys actually made some pretty good time in the basement. You guys probably got about 15 minutes before you're expecting Brianna. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I mean,
Not really.
I think I looked through the shelves pretty good.
Yep, you do. Nicodemus is still in your pocket. He's pretty chill. 15 minutes goes by. You hear the snick of the locks clicking, and Brianna walks in and says, "It's time. Follow me." As she leaves the door open for you guys to follow, and behind her follow two guards. And she's going directly back into the banquet hall / dining room. The guards flank the dais, and on the dais you have Barrett, who's looking still a little worse for wear, Valen, Lady and Lord Falkreath, and Brianna next to Barrett. It is a very...
seat and pull out the Nicodemus and put him on my shoulders so he's not all trapped in my pocket.
Absolutely. The family members are just sitting there. It doesn't seem an uncomfortable silence. It's just like they're waiting to begin. Namriel, you come in. What do you do?
What?
You walk into the banquet hall. Are you sitting down? Are you standing up? What are you doing?
No, yeah, I'm gonna sit down.
Once you guys are seated and comfortable, Lady Falkreath raises her hand and makes a hand gesture, and the guards leave the room. So it's just now you and the family Falkreath. And the lady looks up and goes, I hear you have a plan.
Maybe. I think it's a good plan. If everybody agrees, right?
We do agree.
I think it could go
But-
very wrong, but I'm gonna agree anyway.
I think there could be complications, so I have options for those complications. We will allow
Care to lay
you.
'em out?
Absolutely. Your plan's a good one. You're right. Fed the proper intel and or unable to report, Alyssa doesn't prove too much of a challenge or a challenge to your goals. Either way, not thrilled that you guys know you have a spy with you, but under the circumstances, I can totally understand. And I do know that a more permanent method of silencing them have been. Brianna looks over at her mom. We'll just say they're off the table. However, I don't like the fact of you going out without a way for me to keep track of you either. So I have two solutions to this problem. One, you take a family member of my family with you. Your choice.
As long as they don't end up asking why shit explodes for no reason, I really don't care.
What's the other option?
A blood oath.
I've already got too much of that going on.
The problem with blood oaths is that they can be circumvented.
Everything can be circumvented. I'm putting the lives of one of my family members in your hands. Trust me, that's not an easy compromise for me. But blood oaths taken under duress are not any safer for either of us.
I pull Yvrana. Actually, no, I don't even need to do that. I use message.
Okay.
Done.
I could take the blood oath and I'm communicating with Yvrana. I could take the blood oath portion, and we can still have one of the family members.
My issue with taking one of the family members is they're immediately recognizable. Everybody knows them.
That's
So
true.
It's not like she's gonna think something's up if we walk in with one of her brothers.
Question to the DM.
Yes.
Can I use my change shape feat on the family member to change them into someone that no one would recognize?
Unfortunately, no. That would that would require an item or a more permanent thing than just a shape change, and that is a irrevocably used spell or a part of your person. It's not like a spell that you can cast. That's something that you innately do.
Oh, I just got a really bad idea. You know what? I'm gonna hold on to that. Okay, I'm still communicating with Yvrana. Do you want me to ask if there's something that can be done to make them unrecognizable?
Sure.
I look back up at Lady Falkreath and ask, is there anything that y'all can do so that whoever y'all send with us can't be recognized by just anyone?
Barrett laughs and goes, "We're old hands at that. Our We know we've made ourselves out to be pretty recognizable folks, but when the need arises, we can't disguise ourselves adequately."
Look,
I think
You're off the bed, huh?
I think the only
I don't
one
get- Go ahead.
I think the only one that would have a problem with that would be my sister Brianna. Her talents are in other areas. Brianna looks at Barrett and nods. She goes, "He's right. There's not much I can do."
Look, I don't give a damn if y'all send someone or if one of us has to sign a blood oath. As long as we don't draw more attention to ourselves by having a member of a family this big and known, as long as no one can recognize you, I don't give a damn what we do. And I'm pretty sure the same goes for Yafrana here.
Yeah, I'm just worried about people being recognized. That's my only concern.
Valen peeps up and goes, "Well, you guys are going to be pretty recognizable yourselves. There's not many Dragonborn or dwarves in this area, for that matter. If anything, it's a better cover."
I got a fix for that, though. I snap my fingers and change into a human.
And that's your human form, the one with the golden hair and the lithe fighter's build? Okay.
Yeah.
Lord Falkreath goes, "That's a nifty trick."
What are you talking about? I'm just a regular old human.
Valen whistles. He goes, "You know, that's a really, really nice trick. I can't do it quite as well as you, but I can go undetected if I need to. And I'm young enough to do the, young reporter pretty well." And
It doesn't just stop with changing what race I am. I can change size and to different things, but I'll explain that later.
Everybody, side note, say hi to our viewer.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. Hope you enjoy the stream. Well, I hope, this is Lady Falkreath, I hope that clears that up. At least put some of the misgivings to the side. The only thing I ask is that you be here in a month and a week to give us time to plan for the kidnapping and the follow-up. I think that would be adequate time.
Done deal.
So choose. Who of my family are you going to take?
I'll leave that up to y'all. It doesn't matter to me.
We'll take Barrett.
That'll mean a 24-hour delay as he heals. Is that acceptable?
That's perfectly fine. I don't trust that motherfucker.
I'm sorry, what was he injured with again?
The bear.
The bear ripped off half of his face.
Oh, can I go see him real quick? You can have guards follow me and whatnot.
I said this out loud because, no social cues. I point to the youngest one. I go, "I don't trust that motherfucker. I'll take
I'm pretty
Barrett."
sure he's the one that hates me. Or at least dislikes me a solid amount.
Is this all being said out loud?
Yes.
Yep. Everything.
Barrett and Valen both laugh as Valen goes, "That's understandable. If I'd had a little bit more information, that would not have gone down the way it did. I completely understand."
To the DM, where is Barrett?
I'm sorry?
I said to the DM, where is Barrett?
Barrett is the golden-haired one right there.
Right there. He's recovering. He's just not ready to go on a journey yet.
And Barrett, if I may, can I cast a spell on you?
If it'll stick.
It's something I picked up a little while ago.
That is a healing spell.
Master one.
It is a spell. Roll me a d20.
That's a 3.
You cast Mass Cure Wounds. How do you cast it? Do you touch him? Do you wave your hand? What do you do?
I just reach out and hold my hand like up towards his body and just cast it.
A brilliant flash of golden light emits from your palm as you release your spell.
Here, let me go ahead and do the healing factor thing.
Oh.
13. Well, there's 2 nat 1s in that too, so 15.
We'll take a 15 instead. As the wave of golden light hits Barrett, his form shifts subtly at first. His hair gets more blonder. His features get more smooth. And by the time that you're done casting the spell, his armor is ill-fitting as he has become a she.
Well, damn.
Nice.
Was that a result of my thing, or was that him?
Barrett looks down, adjusts his shirt, looks down, and says, "Nice." His sister reaches over and punches him in the arm. He goes, "Ow! You're just jealous because mine are bigger than yours."
Oh my god.
Lady,
Can I reevaluate who I'm taking with me?
everybody at the front, other than Lady Falkreath, either chuckle or try to hide the fact that they're laughing. Lady Falkreath looks over, looks down at Barrett, looks up at you, Namriel, and goes, "Please, for the love of everything holy, tell me that is not permanent."
Probably not. All I did was cast Mass Cure Wounds. Whatever happened after that is not my fault.
Yabrana, I'm assuming that you said that out loud about the reevaluating, taking someone.
Yes. Exasperatingly, yes.
Lady Falkreath looks over at you and goes, "Yeah, that's exceptionally valid, and you may re-choose if you wish." And Barrett gets a look on his very feminine face, which looks a little odd, having a little goatee for a beard. And it goes, "But I'm hot." Brianna smacks him again. "Would you stop that? I'm still healing." They're rather nice.
All I can say is it's most likely not permanent. Most likely.
Lady Falkreath nods and goes, "Barrett, go rest. I appreciate the healing
And
spell."
shave your face.
Aww. But I was trying for the evil overlord look. It's unfair. Barrett does get up and go to leave the room. He is walking a lot better. He's standing more upright in his female shape. Before they leave the room, however, they turn around and wink at their sister. She raises her hand as a bolt of ice leaves her palm and hits him square on the ass, which causes him to yelp and flee the room. Brianna moves next to her mother and goes, "That's your heir? Really?" Lady Falkreath takes her hand and puts it over her face and goes, "Breathe, not now." So,
Could have done worse pick.
I am still going to ask for the 24-hour wait. I understand that you are all ready to hit the road. My son is not.
Yeah.
Let him rest. Let me get you
Tiberius.
at least functionally operational. What do you need?
I don't know. Like, okay, so the plan is, all right, just so I make sure that I'm one up on the plan, right?
This is the plan as I
We're gonna-
understand it. If you wouldn't mind me butting in here. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's fine.
You will leave my daughter here. She is to be kidnapped closer to the 3-month time frame. You will deliver her to the brothel owner. You will facilitate her sale, and we will discuss what happens after to fulfill your blood oath. You, looking at Namriel, are to go and liberate a keystone, which you will bring back here for us to purify.
I see about that. I'm gonna need that keystone for a little bit.
I understand. We actually have a plan for that. You're not the only people
Perfect.
going after keystones for us. The one you're after, I'm hoping, can be purified. I have one that is unusable, just for the reasons that you're going to go get the other one.
Oh, okay.
That one is on the way to me as we speak.
See, now stuff like this I can actually do. All right, where's this one that you need us, or you need me to go get?
I believe that you had some information. You guys were hopefully on your way to getting one, from my understanding. Both of you roll me a history check to jog your memories, please.
That's an 18 history.
All right, so
You gotta
when,
do just a little bit better than that.
when you guys were talking to Cages and his buddy at the bar, they told you about a sect of faithful 2 weeks to the west.
Oh,
Yep.
I got the same on my history check.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I rolled lower than you and still got the same score.
Oh
How does that make
no.
you feel?
Very scared as a DM. You're matching up.
Our dice are synchronized.
No. That is legitimate worry in my voice, by the way. Lady Falkreath continues. So I'm assuming that is your plan. You'll go out 2 weeks, come back 2 weeks, plus the time to infiltrate or destroy the sect, retrieve the keystone, and return. Then you'll
Preferably
go.
not their face,
Then-
because I don't want to kill people for no reason. Hopefully I can sneak in, snatch the son bitch, and leave.
Understandable.
That's my plan. Now, if things go a different path, then y'all are going to see the smoke from here.
Like I see the smoke coming from our little settlement.
I don't know what
About
you're talking
that.
about. I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't us.
Technically, it wasn't us.
Technically, it wasn't.
Lady Falkreath nods and goes,
Exactly.
"Yeah, I gathered." So, if you would like to sit and think for a moment, I'll leave a list in your room for the maids of the stuff that you would like to take. Unfortunately, I cannot provide you a carriage. I could possibly do horses, but only 2. So that'll leave 2 of your companions on foot. So you'd
I
probably...
think we can hoof it.
anything that you could possibly want, ration-wise, trail-wise, we could probably scrounge up, but I need that list sooner rather than later. For the 24 hours that you are our guest, your friend Alyssa is in no danger. She is still under the sleeping spell, and I will not release her until she's off our grounds. Is that understood?
Sounds good.
For the next 24 hours, you have free reign of this floor and this floor alone. Only by invitation of a family member may you come up to the second floor. Is that also understood?
That's fine.
I got a question.
Yes.
I got tired of all the books on the first floor. Can I look at the library on the second? That is the only place I will be. Y'all can have like 12 people watching me. I just want to look for specific books.
I mean, looking through books in the library does sound pretty fun.
We do have the second story. That area, yes, you will be watched, however. No books are to be borrowed from the second library, the upper store library.
Don't worry. I'm just going to read through them while I'm up there.
Understood. That is absolutely acceptable.
I'm just looking for a little bit extra information about specific items and stuff about this world.
We have a quite extensive
Stuff about
history
wild
section.
Fantastic.
If you would like to retire to your rooms, have lunch, and then you guys are absolutely free. We will meet here in 24 hours. Please give that list to either Maria or Caitlin as soon as possible. Those are the two maids that are assigned to your rooms. Your maids will still be with you as needed, but you can ask them to leave you be. Please do not leave the property before the 24 hours is up. Do you understand?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Fantastic.
Sounds
I have one.
Great.
I have one more thing to go over. You have a piece of my family. Protect them at all costs, even if it means losing the keystone. Do you understand?
You're...
Lady, if I was going to let him die, I would have done it back out in the field.
Which is the only reason I feel remotely comfortable with this happening. And not to mention, it's the only way for my plan to move forward.
Yeah, sorry we killed your guy, but he was a dick.
That he was.
You can't say it wasn't a nice kill, though.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there. Lord Falkreath leans over and whispers in her ear. And she nods. At least it was clean. I'll give you that much.
Well, he didn't suffer.
Anything else before I retire? Other than to make sure you get that list out?
No.
Then we're agreed. Lady Falkreath gets up, pats her daughter Brianna on the shoulder, and her and Lord Falkreath leave the room and shut the door behind them. Bree looks over at you, Namriel, and goes, "Did you have to make him a girl?"
That wasn't me.
I mean, I didn't do it.
That was the spell getting fucked up.
So it's happening to you
It was
too.
the magic.
Sure.
It's because literally every god that existed is gone. There's nothing to actually keep magic in check.
Yeah, it's been getting worse every single year. Valen looks up and goes, that it has. It's to the
Not
point.
this.
What was that?
Keep going. Keep going. I'm
Valen-
sorry, I'll finish
Valen
after you
says-
get done.
You know, it's been getting worse year after year to the point where we only had the one mage. The rest of them have either retired or gone into seclusion. It's hard to find somebody that will try. Even healers are in dire need, which is why I'm so amazed that both of you can do it. It may be the reason why you were kidnapped to begin with.
Possibly.
I don't know. They didn't explain why we were kidnapped, assholes.
Bree looks and goes, well, that's par for the course for the madam. Her daughter, we'll have to see.
We're fine so far.
Alright, what items would we even need for acquiring a keystone?
I have no idea.
Rations to make it there.
The assumption is it's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, so maybe some better weapons. We're also probably going to need camping supplies too. I mean, if it's 2 weeks, we're definitely going to need a place to camp out for a while. So.
And since magic is being so wonky, some of the more magical items are either at a astronomical price, or they're just not feasible to use out in the wild. That's actually a very good point.
Yeah.
And Barrett's a pig. This has come from Brianna, so you're going to need the food. That's probably why Mother told you to wait 24 hours just so she can get up enough rations for y'all to go.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of shit.
Do you guys have any questions about his fighting style? This is coming from Valen.
We probably should ask some questions.
Ask away.
Well, how about you give us a breakdown of what you think is important?
My brother's a fighter. Straight up, absolute brawler. His favorite weapon, of course, is a longsword. He has a beast of a punch. Very strict about the rules of chivalry. He won't kill a downed man, stuff like that. Very, very by the book. If knights were a thing, he'd definitely be one, but knights are no longer a thing. Not the kind of knights of old.
Because there's no damn king to follow.
Or queen. That came from Brianna.
You get what I'm trying to say.
I do. Trust me.
Holding
We're putting
this
myself
human
up
form
for
is-
auction. I understand the concept.
Holding
I
this
am
human
going
form.
to have to make a show of trying to purchase you. I'm gonna have to. It'll look suspicious if I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a given. And by the time that you get back, I'll have more information about my prime target. I've got 2 lined up, and we'll narrow it down from there. We'll also have an idea about what kind of cash we're talking about for the auction. And not to mention backup in case shit goes wrong. Like I said, if we had to move now, it wouldn't work. She cuts Valen a nasty glare. And she goes, if you had just kept your damn mouth shut. Valen hangs his head. He is obviously stricken from what his sister has said. As he goes, I know.
Well, technically he did keep his mouth shut. He wrote it down. Still don't trust that motherfucker, though. But semantics.
Valen hangs his head, if at all possible, even lower, almost to where he's looking like he's bowing in your general direction. And Bree reaches into her pocket and grabs a folding fan and whaps him upside the head with it. Have you even said sorry yet? Valen just bows his head lower, and it is now a full-on bow. I am very sorry, sister. She smacks him again. Wrong answer. Try again. I am very sorry, Miss Yabrana and Mr. Namriel, that my actions put you in danger.
Oh, we're not worried about the danger part.
He looks up and goes,
Not
huh?
fun if somebody isn't hunting us.
If I was worried about danger, would we have been out there in the first place? No.
I just feel bad for fucking up your plans. Although,
I don't.
I don't know if I trust y'all enough to feel bad, though. So I feel like we're not being given all the information we should be given. And I get it. You don't trust us. I wouldn't trust us. Fucking look at us. But we're putting a lot of trust in you in this moment to pull off something that we don't even know if we're doing the right thing. All I know is that I was trying to save you. You don't want to be saved. It's fine. I'll roll with it for now. But there's a huge gap in the information you know and that we know.
Brianna looks up at you, places the fan over her chest, and bows and goes, I have told you as much as I can.
I get that. It's just still uncomfortable.
I agree. I believe that's why Mother decided to offer you to take one of us with you to build that trust. My mom's not one to throw away an opportunity. And this one, though dog-eared, is a good one. I hope my family can show you through our actions and words that we are worth your trust, and vice versa.
Time will tell, friend. Now, we've got all the unpleasantness out of the way, and I've spoken my mind. Who made Nicodemus's adorable little outfit?
That would be Cook.
I would love to meet them.
And I can facilitate that. She reaches up, and right behind the dais there is a little table. She reaches up and pulls a rope. And maid that you guys recognize, Marie, comes in and says, yes, ma'am. And she's like, escort them to the kitchen, or they can speak to Cook, please.
Y'all don't mind if I grab a snack while I'm in there, do ya?
No, absolutely not. And Cook won't mind either. Go ahead and make yourselves at home to the extent that my mom offered. I will be in the upper story library if you need me. And Valen will be around. Barrett is probably in his rooms. Go ahead.
No, you finish and then I'll...
Valen will be around. Barrett will be in his rooms, and my parents' rooms are completely off limits, even to us. You can go anywhere on the grounds.
That's not weird.
Who wants to walk in on their parents? Gross. Trust me, it's there for a reason.
I look at Yabrana with a message activated, and I say, they're a family with dragon blood. I wouldn't push your luck too much more.
I'm not worried about my luck. Saving the heir presumptive has given me a lot of grace with this family. I think I can pretty much say what I want as long as I don't directly offend them.
That's true, I guess.
Brianna waves delicately, and she leaves out the way she came, going back in through the library. Valen nods and says, if you guys need anything, I'll be out in the practice grounds. And he leaves the room as well, leaving you guys alone other than Marie in the main dining area.
I might go try and whoop some of the guards' asses, just for fun. He said practice grounds, so I mean, it's a free game. And it's on the first floor, I think.
gonna go to the kitchens with Marie.
Okay.
No. I'll follow her for now.
Okay.
You can go do other stuff.
Why do you think I said for now?
Okay.
Marie says, "This way, please," as she takes you guys out the main entrance. As the doors swing open, you can see that there are 4 knights. Please know I use the term knights loosely here. They're not the same type of knights that you guys would have known in Tortal. They're not blood oath. They never took the assessment. They never did the Chamber of the Ordeal. None of it. So these aren't the kind of knights that you guys would have been used to in the old campaign. Just so that we're clear.
Alright.
Marie takes you back down the grand staircase to the dragon statue, and she takes a left as she opens the door and hollers, "Cookie, you have guests." And just for the sake of showing which one is the cook, the one that's got the snail over their head is the cook. As she opens the door and Marie waves you in, there are 3 people in here hustling and bustling. You can tell Cook is Cook because 1, she's slightly older. 2, she has a fabulous bright blue and sparkly chef's hat. It's the same material as the cloak that Nicodemus has. Wicked, do you want me to move your character, or are you having problems with the...
Yeah, my brain's not working.
Well,
What's the
Yvonne,
kitchen?
I think I can pinpoint which one.
There it is. All right. Yeah.
I can pinpoint which one did all that for Nicodemus.
At the moment,
That it is the snail. All right.
At the moment, the 2 other maids in the room are busy cooking something that smells amazing. You could tell it's some type of a fish stew or soup. It's got that beautiful, bright, fresh caught ocean fish smell. And another one is on the other side, stirring what looks like hearths with pots and pans over them, as you can hear something being delicately fried. Cook is staying in the middle, giving directions as they are going through a bundle of what appears to be herbs.
Question to the DM.
What's your question?
Have I been working on converting that statue into a bracelet?
You are going to be able to have a chance to do that today in your downtime. It's 24 hours. You will have a rest period unless you decide to, stay up again for 24 hours in the library. I did not forget you haven't had any sleep yet. But yes, as soon as you have 8 hours,
Be a bit.
yeah, as soon as you have 8 hours of uninterrupted downtime, absolutely. It'll take about 2 or 3 days if you do it by yourself. It'll go faster if you can possibly find somebody that has a skill with jewelry making or a local blacksmith. It'll go a little bit faster. You could probably have it done in a day if you can find somebody to help you.
I'll do it in my downtime because it's going to be a 2 weeks trip.
Okay.
But I want to go to the campground or the training ground. They said anywhere on the first floor.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Marie says, "I can show you the way."
Please do.
Okay, as Marie goes to escort you out, you guys, Yabrana, you are right there beside Chef. She is looking at the herbs. We'll take care of Yabrana first, and then we'll go to you, Namriel. Is that okay?
Fantastic.
All right, Yabrana, the board tours.
All right. I'm going to bow to the chef and be like, excellent to meet you. First of all, it smells delicious in here. Second of all, Nicodemus says thank you for the lovely outfit. I'm going to take him off my shoulder and hold him out.
Cookie clasps her hands as she slips the herbs that she was holding into one of her apron pockets as she reaches out and says, I just could not help but bedazzle this little darling. He was so polite and nice, and I believe he might have a future as a chef. As she says, as she gently scritches him under the chin. Nicodemus leans into the scritch.
Like, I'm thinking internally to myself, I'm like, why is everybody in this fucking house so charming?
On a DM side, that's a very valid question.
Like every single person. Like, seriously, every single person we've run into has had some form of charm. Whether or not be beautiful charm, niceness, elegance, politeness, raffishness. But it's all been charming. It hasn't been uncomfortable. Like, I joke about not trusting Valen, but I honestly don't have any reason not to trust him, which is why I don't fucking trust him. It's weird. It's weird. But I convey none of this to the lovely chef. I'm like, would it be possible for us to get a snack?
Absolutely.
And some coffee.
The coffee, we always have coffee. But I do have to ask, on your coffee, would you like normal coffee? Or would you like enhanced coffee?
Ooh, what is enhanced coffee?
Enhanced coffee is my own special little creation. I add herbs to make the effects of the coffee more potent.
Yeah, let's do that.
Wonderful. Sweet or black?
Very sweet, please.
Cream, no cream.
All of the cream.
Wonderful. A woman after my own heart. If you and your gorgeous little companion will sit right over there, she shows you to there's a seat right in between the two hearths. It looks like it's just a place to sit and turn the spits when there's spits. Yeah, as she claps her hands and starts barking out orders, true chef style. I can't do that because my voice is not up to it, but think a very polite Gordon Ramsay with a nice alto tone to it.
So just Gordon Ramsay without all the cussing.
Exactly. Now, Marielle, what was your question?
I don't know. Wait for something to go wrong. Anyway, keep going.
I don't even remember.
I was talking about coffee.
We were talking about coffee.
And you said you had a question. If that helps your memory any.
Not really.
Legit, it's been a long day. All right, so you guys...
I slept my whole day.
Yabrana...
Long day, I'm getting another monster.
Yeah. Yabrana, you are in for a little bit of a show.
I love it.
So you get to see them make your snacks, make your coffee, and we'll go ahead and switch to Namriel. Namriel, Marie is escorting you to the back of the house. She takes you through to where your chambers are that you guys were sleeping in. She takes you through... Hold on. Sorry. Got to move all my stuff.
Let me move my token up. Let me move my token up there because I just got a monster and I'm not even at the chair yet.
Yep. And she takes you out the side door of the estate. As she gets to the door, she uses her key, and this one only has one singular snick, as the door swings open, and she says, "This way." As you go outside, it's still rather early in the morning. It's probably about noon. and you can tell that there's fighting sounds nearby. You can hear some, hearty male laughter. You can hear a couple of grunts of exertion as you turn the corner, and you can see that there are two sets of knights that have paired off, and Valen is on the side using the target dummies to practice his swordmanship. The two pairs of knights are fighting basically just one set is fighting hand to hand. They're doing very basic punches, kicks, blocks. They are, however, doing them in their armor. The second set of knights are in practice leather paldroons. They're big, they're bulky, they're to stop any accidental swings, but you can tell that they are practicing their swordsmanship with live weapons. Hence the reason for the padded paldroons. Valen has a knight to his side who is guiding him through the practice that he is going through using the practice drums that are on to the side that have dummies put through them. Or dummies that are on them. You guys understand what I mean. There's dummies, there's barrels, there's practice things he's swinging. Sorry, that was very descriptive. Namriel, at the moment, nobody notices you. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna walk on in.
Valen is concentrating on his attacks. However, the older gentleman that is beside him, the knight, as you get closer, you can see this guy is not decrepit, but he's getting on up there in years. As he's barking orders at Valen, he sees you out of the corner of the eye and continues to coach Valen through his things. But he's noticed you, and you can notice that he's noticed you as he kind of keeps a side eye to you as he's doing that. The two other sets of combatants haven't noticed you yet at all.
I'm gonna walk up to this one and be like, I ain't here to start anything. You ain't gotta be eyeballing me the entire time. I'm just out here to watch.
The elder,
and maybe work on some stuff too.
The elder guardsman barks out a stop as Valen stops what he's doing as he turns and notices that you're there. The older man grunts and goes, "Show me what you got."
Explain before I do anything.
Spar match. You're dragonborn. You look like you can do some hefty damage. I've got wooden swords. Keep it all nice and even.
Well, I'm not as much of a fighter as I am a sorcerer, but I've seen some swordsmanship before.
Aye, and I hear you're to go with Lord Barrett. This is a good opportunity. I invite you to spar.
Alright.
Valen, who has been trying to get your attention this entire time, however you didn't notice because you're passive, wasn't good enough to notice. He's been signing to you in Thieves' Cant the entire time, and you have no idea what he just said to you.
I use message on him.
Valen consents. Hello?
Okay, so you're gonna have to sit your ass down with me one time and teach me Thieves' Cant, because I don't know that shit.
I was about to say, have fun. And be careful, he's a lot meaner than he looks.
Ooh. Yeah, well, subtle casting is kind of nasty, so if he gets hurt, it's not my fault. I can cast the spell off the edge of my sword and he wouldn't notice.
Valen goes, give him a chance. He's a very good instructor. Just, ow. I've sparred with him before. Good luck. And Valen puts his practice sword away, moves to the side and says, "Hey, clear the floor. We got a sparring match." The knights, alerted by the tone, turn and look and see you, Namriel. And they all kind of look, stare a minute. You're worth looking at as they wrap up their practice and go lean against the fence outside of the sparring area. Valen, who's just put up his weapons and items, does the same. The Elder Knight goes, "And who are you?"
Say that again?
Who are you?
Namriel.
That's a very good name, but doesn't tell me very much. Don't worry, I have a fix for that. He reaches down, and right there in front of the practice dummies, there are wooden swords. He takes one, looks at it, shakes his head, puts it back, picks up another one, gives it a nice downward swing, nods, and tosses it to you. Please do either an acrobatics or dexterity check, whichever one you'd prefer to catch it.
There's a 14.
You catch it single-handedly in your dominant hand, rather easily. The Elder Knight nods and goes, "My name is Gary. I will be your instructor today." As he pulls out a wooden sword, and he backs up to about right there and says, "Let's see what you got."
All right. I'm trying to think of something I can do. I'm trying to think of something I don't know if you'll let this happen, but no, 'cause that might actually kill his ass. He's already old in age. I don't need to take away more of his actual health.
And it's a spar, so you're not going for damage. You're going more for technique and exercise. So this isn't
It's supposed to be fun.
Oh, I know. But I was going to sneak something in as part of being a spellcaster.
What was your idea?
I was gonna use Chill Touch to slow him down after I made contact with even a part of him. I was just gonna do it to like slow him down, but that's necrotic, and I really don't want to risk actually killing him.
That's probably a good idea. So if you'd like to start the spar, I can tell you how I have an idea for this if you'd like, DM to player.
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so this is supposed to be a fun, friendly match. Swordplay, definitely. So this would be like he's just trying to gauge what you can do. It would be an open and then a reaction and then a reaction and a reaction. And we do that for 10 rounds. The most one to hit would win the spar. So we would absolutely ignore AC because this is a sparring match, so there's no AC. So it would be a simple D20 to D20. You attack, he'll defend. He'll attack, you'll defend. And we'll do this for 10 rounds.
So this is going to be very, very luck-based.
Absolutely, but so too will the rewards for this.
Alright.
Okay. Gary is waiting patiently for you to begin. He has his sword up in the ready position. His balance is good and steady. And his eyes are dead set, of all things, on your feet.
I'm going to very slowly and nonchalantly just walk up to him.
Okay.
Love you.
Before trying to swing down towards his feet and then like bringing it up
Okay, absolutely. Roll a d20, and I'll roll a d20 opposite of yours to see whether or not your strike hits or he parries.
That makes sense. Awesome.
You guys meet in the middle. It's going to be a tie day. Boy, we need to go play the lottery. He successfully blocks your sword, and that is considered a tie point, so no points either side. He recovers and goes to attack you, and what he's doing, he's bringing his sword in for a sideways slash. Which you effortlessly block, and his sword flies up, but he still maintains control of it. It's your attack.
I'm going to swing back down towards like the lower part of his hip on the side where his sword is furthest away from.
Okay. Make that roll.
Yikes.
He effortlessly dodges backwards out of the way, causing you to extend yourself. He rebuttals with the strike directly toward your skull.
It's just gonna be one of these back and forth things.
It is. You manage to get out of the way, even though you are extended, but it's not the most graceful. It's your attack.
Okay, what's his stance like now?
Very solid.
I'm curious. I'm trying to think of.
It was back. You rock back. He's forward, so he's into you. Very solid stance.
I'm going to take a slight step to the side and swing up towards his head.
Very nicely done. And it hits. It is 1 hit, 1-0. He shakes his head. It's a wooden sword. You didn't put much strength behind it. He's able to,
No.
He got tapped. And he decides that, yeah, no, that's about right. As he rears back and he goes for a center mass strike. That is a natural 20. As he goes, as he goes for a center mass strike, you are able to disarm him. This very knowledgeable, this very old knight who's in charge of training. How do you disarm this knight?
You said he's what, swinging for like the center of my chest?
Yes, he's going straight center mass with a solid swing.
All I'm going to do is take the wooden sword, overlap his, and flick it to the ground.
It's done effortlessly. You look like you've been training on the sword for years. You also get a level up.
Oh, guess where I'm putting that fucking level up?
Gary looks at you, nods, bends down, picks up his sword, and holsters it, and goes, I don't think I have...
I'm putting a limit on myself here, and I'm going to have to go fighter for that one.
It's an understandable level up, and I approve. So go ahead and do all your things when we get back to Yabrana, but Gary's like, I don't think I don't think I have anything else I can show you. You seem to be a very capable fighter, even though you are, by the looks of you, more a sorcerer or a mage caster than a swordsman. I am extremely impressed and very grateful that you sparred with me today. Thank you. As you can see,
I am in fact I am mostly a sorcerer. Growing up with my parents, though, they did train me just a little bit in sword fighting, though, just in case I got in a situation to where I couldn't use magic.
Their training did you a great service.
Thank you. You're actually pretty good. You almost had me a time or two.
I must be getting old. Back in my day, I would have wiped the floor with you, little boy. But you got me fair and square. As they're doing this, you could see out of the corner of your eye that Valen is collecting gold coins from the 4 knights in the background.
Were y'all betting? What the fuck?
Hey, you just cost me my lunch money for the week, man. How are we supposed to know a sorcerer could fight? Valen looks at you and goes, I guess I need to put that toward the trail rations then. As he giggles. And you guys, you take a minute. The knights come up to you. They're asking you questions about, your disarm. And you're just having a moment of camaraderie. You've been accepted with the knights. And everybody is just, asking you questions, general questions about your life and how everything's going. And just, you really do have a really good, relaxing moment with just a couple of just straight up good guys.
By the way, I want to match with Valen.
That may be possible, but probably not right this second.
Oh no, that's fine. It's just with me selecting fighter, I just unlocked 2-weapon fighting, which means I can make 2 attacks.
That is very true. I really need to take a look at your character sheet because I think this character is going to be baller.
I already love this character. I'm 4 levels into sorcerer and 1 level into fighter now.
All right, we're going to switch back to your Brana.
That's
you can
absolutely fine.
Yeah, if you would like to pick up a trick or two from the knights that are out there, like just to add to your fighting style, if you'd like to think about it.
Absolutely.
And, like if you want to name like a forward swing or a backhand attack or something like that, you can pick 1 or 2 that you can work into your fighting style. So go ahead and be thinking. It's not something you have to pick today, but just to fill out your character a little bit more. Yabrana, you are in this.
What? Just like a fighting type? Like just a specific fighting technique?
Yeah, consider it like oh hell, and now all I can think of is Naruto damn hand signs. You know how anime characters will have flaming dragon sword or something like that? These would be just regular attacks that you could do, Bob's backhand slash or something. Just 2 things that when you go to attack something, you could say, oh, well, this dude showed me this, and it'd be flashing blade or something. Just something to give your fighting style a little bit more character. And you have 5 knights plus a noble there to learn from. So, yeah, two attacks to learn wouldn't be out of the way. Especially since, you're such in high regard with them because, you just beat their training master. That's a big thing.
All right. I'll think about it. If I don't get it this session, I'll get it next session.
Okay. Yabrana,
I'll think about stuff to add.
Yabrana, you have been treated to one of the most entertaining and delicious smelling shows. The maids are talking back and forth. Cookie the cook is just a queen in charge of her castle. As she finally brings you a lap tray with not only a serving dish for you, but a miniature serving selection for Nicodemus. So in the bowl, you have, because you've heard them cooking it, you've heard them talking about it. In the bowl, you have golden fillet stew. You have a side of buttered wheat rolls. You also have a planchette dessert that has apples, pears, and peaches in a light wine sugar sauce. Your coffee is not only just in a coffee mug, but there's also a carafe in the on the lap tray, because they've heard the story of you downing the entire carafe of coffee when you awoke. Nicodemus has the same exact food as you. However, his is a sugar-free variety because rats can't have a lot of sugar. But it's the same thing, except the dishes are miniature.
Aww. Adorable.
Nicodemus, evidently used to cookie, scurries down off of your shoulder and begins to partake.
Excellent.
Nicodemus also does not have coffee, but they do have juice. And again, a small miniature mug with a small miniature carafe. And yes, Nicodemus eats with manners. He sits himself on his haunches, loops his tail around his arm, and you could swear he extends his pinky claw as he drinks from his mug.
Okay, hold on.
Damn.
I'm gonna watch him really hard for a second. Do I get any kind of shape changer vibe or anything off of that rat?
Your insight is wonderfully observant. As you've spent more time around Nicodemus, the odds of you meeting and him coming up to you straight away were extremely odd. The fact that they are comfortable in cloaks and have impeccable dining, there is definitely something up with Nicodemus. You don't think he's an ordinary rat.
I just don't know what.
You're just not sure. Also,
I guess
fucking finally, will you level up, please?
Okay.
I've only been dropping the most obvious of hints since you talked to Nicodemus and tamed it. I thought him reading the book last episode might have been a bigger hint than him sipping daintily at coffee. But thank you. Yes.
I thought he was just nibbling on a page. I didn't know he was fucking reading it.
Yes. Yes. Your rat.
Just 'cause something looks like it's reading something.
It is a very sentient rat, to say the least.
I absolutely
Very sentient rat.
I absolutely adore that phrase, and sentient rat is exactly what we're going with. Nicodemus is a very sentient rat.
Just interesting.
Cookie also takes note.
All right.
As
I'm gonna down the whole carafe of coffee.
absolutely you do. And
Oh my god.
yeah, that's about right. I will take that as a 6 for scalding your mouth because the coffee is extremely hot. It has been tempered by the milk, so it doesn't burn you, but you're a little scalded. As everyone in the kitchen stops and watches you as you power chug a carafe of enhanced coffee. Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, give me a second. I was actually doing my level up.
No worries, just let me know when you're done. Because that might have some interesting
Hey,
effects.
baby.
The coffee that
What
you
you need, my love? Oops. Don't fall, my love.
Sorry, viewer, if that got a little loud. I was just very excited. Yeah, I might have got a little loud there. I'm sorry. I've been waiting for that since episode 2.
Well, I've been curious for a while, but I was like, nah, this I just picked up a little rat out of a dungeon. There's no way. It's just a rat. And he may just be a rat, but he is adorable. And so let me do my Constitution saving throw. I didn't realize how many fucking spells druids get.
They get a bunch.
Yeah. They get a lot.
I looked. I would love to just play one time instead of being a DM, because that's what I would roll. I would roll a druid bard and just like be epically tripping in forests all day. Okay, so that Constitution saving.
Like almost all of them.
Yeah.
You can play a DM player character. You just can't give away what we're gonna run into.
Well, see, no, I get to do that when
Which is
you.
hard, but
Yeah, it is, but I would much rather be more on because I have so many NPCs to play, so I do have fun with those, especially their attitudes.
I didn't mean to click that.
It's fine. You know, especially their attitudes and the different voices and the different flavors that I can give everybody. So it is satisfying. I would like to play in a game just once. So enough of that. I'm not complaining. That is not a complaint. That is not a complaint, by the way. I would like to play a druid bard combo because I think it'd be fun. You brought a quick question. Did you still level up in druid? Did you take a secondary? What'd you do with your level up? Just for curiosity.
No, I'm not taking any secondary classes.
Gotcha. All right. So your
I
constitution.
will not be multi-classed.
All right. Understood. Your constitution saving throw was good enough that you don't get the full effects of the carafe coffee because you're a dwarf. You're hardened. Your tummy is rock solid. Well, almost literally rock solid. But you do feel a very, very decent burst of energy. Any of your physical attack rolls or physical rolls that you'll have to do, that includes acrobatics or dexterity, anything has to have to do with your physicality, will have advantage for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay. So not only does she get a single spell that's not affected by the fucked up magic, now she also has advantage on all physical stuff for the next 24 hours.
Dude, she chugged a carafe of coffee.
Yeah, but we're trapped here in this house for 24 hours.
Yeah, so that unless she decides to go and revisit the basement or move stuff around. But yeah, no, you could ask for that to be put in your supplies, though, and know that that's one of the side effects of it.
I need a certain spell to not be affected by magic. A certain spell. Bullshit. Alright, keep going. I'm sorry.
Yabrana, you have a lovely lunch with Nicodemus and Cookie and the maids from the kitchen. Would you like to talk? Say something? You have all of this time. What would you like to do?
I'm going to eat all my food and thank them for how absolutely amazingly delicious it was and for going out of their way to prepare something special for me. And I'm going to be conspiratorially, I'll be like, any cool secret stuff around here I could eyeball?
Cookie looks at you and goes, absolutely. This place is amazing. If I may suggest, if you're looking for something to do, before you leave, we have a wonderful study. It's got a grand piano. It has a wonderful place to relax. There are a lot of board games and card games. It's basically a relaxation music room. There are some amazing pieces of art in there. It's worth a look. The statue of the Green Lady is, I love that statue so much. I go and pray at it as much as I possibly can. It's in the back garden to the east. And you could tell it's the Green Lady. She has the broken horn. And it's the way they've done it and set up the statue. It's amazing. You could see that there's a small shrine in front. It's really worth taking a gander at. I know that you've already seen.
I would love to see it.
Wonderful. You can ask any of the maids
Keep going.
show you the way. You've already seen the grand dining room. That is an immaculate piece of art in and of itself. The marble for that room took ages for us to fit when we were getting the summer home ready. The first and second floor libraries are always a really good place. There's an outdoor patio if you would like to take your dinner out there. It overlooks the gardens. I do suggest you eat out there at least once. Right now it's not too hot. It's a wonderful time. The second story has more, but unfortunately, you're not allowed access to the entire estate. So the library would definitely be another one.
Yes, we were allowed access to the second floor library.
Yes. I think I'll start. Take a little tour. Nicodemus, are you done with your food?
Nicodemus takes the corner of his cape and delicately pats his muzzle as he looks up at you and squeaks and runs up to your shoulder.
Nice. This motherfucker speaks English.
Nicodemus reaches out and tugs your ear.
I don't know what that means.
He cocks his head just enough and leans over your shoulder to make eye contact with you. As he gives a little mouse grin, a little rat grin. Just the fronts of his lip pick up and he shows more of his incisors. Yes, he's laughing at you.
You cheeky little motherfucker. Alright, I'm gonna snuggle him a little bit with my face. And let's go check out that statue first.
Kiki says, I can't let you borrow one of my girls, but there should be a maid between here and there. But if you need directions, go out, go up the big stairs, go through the dining room, through the doors to the north in the dais room. And then there are, well, no, that won't take you all the way outside. Go through the back door in the library. That'll get you around. You'll come around and then up to the dining area that overlooks the garden. But you'll hit the statue before you hit the overlook.
Excellent. I will do that first, and then I will check out the upper floor library.
Would you like your dinner?
Sitting room.
Would you like your dinner on the overlook for you and your companions?
That sounds perfectly acceptable.
Do me a favor. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception. Let's see. Passive perception is 16.
That's actually pretty decent. You notice she said companions, as in she's including Nicodemus in your party.
Of course.
That means she knows.
I don't have time to unpack all of this right now. I realize
You'll be okay.
that there's a lot going on with this rat. I don't know what, though. But yes, we would love to have our food up.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna make it dinner as soon as we're done, my love.
Wonderful. We'll see you out there at 7 as she continues to cook food. What would you do? What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go check out the statue, so I'll follow her instructions. I'll say thank you. Also, I want as much of that coffee as we can take with us for our journey. It was amazing. Thank you.
I'll note it, but please make sure you put it on the
Need
list.
them a Slim Jim. Okay. Thank you very much.
You are both very welcome.
And then I'm going to go out, up through the library, you said.
Yep, and this is
the back door.
That's the back door. Yep. All right, so this is where I'm going to stop with you because about the same amount of time has passed between Namriel doing his sparring match and you in the kitchen eating food and chilling with Nicodemus and Cookie the cook. Namriel, you have spent all this time, you're talking, you're laughing, you're joking, they're showing off their special moves to you. Valen says, after everything's calmed down, is there any place I can take you? Would you like a tour? What can I help you with? Is it dead?
Really fixing it. You good, Lily?
Yeah, I was just resetting the headset for little man. Oh, I'm so sorry. What did you say?
Oh, you're good. I was about to say, really the only thing I was fixing to do after this was just go up to the second floor library. I mean, if you want to give me a tour on the way there, you can. I mean, I absolutely won't complain about that, but that's really all I'm doing next.
All right, I'll show you the back way. Follow me. Valen takes you and opens a door. This door is unlocked, just so you know, as he waves you to follow him. This is the back of the house. There's really not much to it. This is the back grand hallway. As he goes there, he stops and he swings open the door that's to your left. He says, this is one of the main meeting rooms, but I'll also have you know it's bespelled, so anything said in here can't be overheard physically or magically, just in case you need it.
That'd be one hell of a blackjack room.
It is used for gambling more than you'd think. He continues
good
down.
To know. I'll make sure I stop by next time.
He says, right here, if you look, right behind the dais, there's a peephole. I love this thing. He shows you, there's a painting on this back wall. And where the eyes are in the painting that's there, on the side of the frame, there's a button. He presses the button and the panel slides back, allowing you full view access to the banquet hall. And it's set up high enough above where the dais is that you can see everybody below the dais. It's kind of like in that perfect position where you can see everyone in the room except the person in the chair.
That seems very useful.
My father knows how to build.
I can tell.
Back here we have another little meeting room. This one's not bespelled, but it does lead out to the patio. And the patio is wonderfully, wonderfully amazing. It overlooks the gardens. It's gorgeous. And he takes you down. And of course, you've been in the banquet hall. And here is the stairs leading up. My sister should be up there, so I'm just going to go ahead and let you up. Just please obey my mother's wishes. Don't leave the room.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand. All I wanted to do was look through a couple of the books, see if there's anything, any information that I'm actually looking for in any of the books. Memorize as much of it as I can if there is, and then, I
Alright.
probably need to rest. I mean, I did kind of just beat the trainer, so.
Gary will never live that down, but also, very good job. He's a solid instructor. If he says you don't have anything else to learn about the basics, he's right.
I was honestly going to ask for a second round and try again with 2 swords. See if that fit my fighting style a little bit better.
Well, the next time...
Honestly, I think I could... Go ahead.
Oh, the next time you're here, we'll spar. If everything goes well. If you bring my brother back. If you come back with a sound. Yeah. That's a lot of ifs. Will you please...
We should be able to bring him back.
Would you please, in all honesty, take care of my brother? I do love him dearly.
I will do everything in my power to make sure he comes back alive.
Thank you. Phelan
No
does.
need to thank me. I mean, y'all are trusting us with his life. And for people y'all just met, that's kind of a really big thing. So I'll do what I can to make sure he comes back alive.
And a word of warning before you go?
Yeah?
My mother never does anything for one reason. Phelan bows, waves, and walks away. Now
Later.
I'm assuming you go up the stairs?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I do.
Okay. I think I've got everything done. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta put the guards back. Yabrana, you turn the corner and you see 2 knights standing guard near a statue that you can see from the back. From the back, it looks just like a cloaked figure. You can't tell male or female, but you can see one singular antler-type horn sticking from the very top.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful statue.
Do you say that out loud?
I don't know what I just did. Of course.
The knight closest to you, looks over and goes, "Yeah, we love our Green Lady statue. Are you coming to take a look at the garden?"
More the statue, but yes. I'm intrigued. I don't remember much of the story of the Green Lady.
Who around these? Never mind, I answered my own question. You're a dwarf, so you wouldn't know. The Green Lady is revered around here. Some say she was an actual person, or maybe a godling or a goddess. The stories vary. But the one thing that's current about all the stories is that she's around. Sometimes there could be a child lost in the middle of the woods, and they'll come back with this fantastic story of dancing spiders and moon koi, and fanciful beings that change shape. It's really, we just attribute it to a fever dream, but you never know.
Oh, it's who I think it is.
But I will tell you the legend.
Interesting.
One very, very important thing about all of it is all of the people that have been either helped or found or punished by the Green Lady always come back with a very thin circlet of spider silk, either around a finger or an ankle or a wrist. And it never breaks.
Surely not, right?
It never breaks?
Never breaks. People wear it till they die.
Huh. It's interesting. I know some things about spiders.
You don't
I didn't know that they were tied to this green lady. It's interesting. I found some research in my days.
Well, a lot of the times you'll
I've
see.
read probably.
I'm so sorry. Please
Sorry,
continue. Well, a lot of the times you'll see.
No, you're fine. I was.
Well, here. Well, now, you'll find them less and less, but most of the statues of the Green Lady will either be covered in cobwebs or spider webs, or the ones that aren't. It's just a thing that happens. We take very good care of our statue. We make sure that we clean any debris off of it every day.
What kind of debris do you find on it?
Oh, it's a statue. Everything from sometimes moss, leaves, bird droppings. You know, just the various stuff. Every now and then we'll find a spider web. We'll just sweep it away. A lady Falkreath is very particular that the statue is maintained.
Interesting. So the Green Lady just helps people. That's nice.
Not all the time. There are some stories of retribution and vengeance. But those aren't as popular as the ones. Oh, most definitely.
Okay. Can I touch the statue?
Oh, no. Please don't touch. You can look, though, and you can make an offering at the shrine at her feet, but absolutely no touching the statue, please.
Okay, that's why I asked. I don't want to be rude. I will make an offering. Let's see what I got in here. My bag of gems that I got. How many gems were there? Do we remember?
Offhand, I don't, but it was a fairly decent sum. You have more than. I wanted to say that your roll was 32 on that, but I'm thinking that might be the roll that we had.
32 or 33, honestly.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar. What I'll do is I'll take one of the lesser gems out of the bag. Like, I know it was a mix, but I can't remember exactly. Like, we didn't actually do a chart to say which gems were in there.
No, they're all all under value of like 50 gold coins a piece. So it's not a fortune in gems. You do have to get it appraised to figure out exactly how much of what you've got. But if you want to leave a moderately decent stone, you could say it's like 2 gold coin. Would be the rough.
Do I have any
estimate.
Green ones?
You do. Do me a favor. Roll me a d10, and we'll figure out how many green ones you have. You have 10.
Nice.
All the green ones are a various range. You can pick one and describe it. You can describe what it looks like.
I'm gonna take one out. Well, let's say I take 3 out to look at. They're various shades of green. One is like a peridot color, like it's a light green. The other 2 are gonna be darker. The light green one is very clear. Like, doesn't look like there's any cracks or abrasions. The 2 dark ones, one of them has a lot of inclusions in it. Like, you can just tell that it's scuffed up and, you know, it looks like somebody's had it for a while. I'm going to keep that one. The other one, the other dark green, when you hold it up to the light, you can still see through it, but it's got really good color clarity. It's kind of flat-ish, almost like a square cut with just a couple of bezels. I'm gonna put that one down on the offering plate.
Okay. Usually with shrines, you do the offering kneeling. Is that something that you would like to do?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
It also gives you a very good opportunity to more closely inspect the statue if you would prefer.
I would like to do that as well.
As you kneel down and you make the offering to the shrine, there is a plaque in front of the shrine. It's a very good investigation roll. The plaque says, "To the Green Lady, may you protect us all." Very simple and common, very clean. In the offering plate, you can see a couple of little different things. One is a cloth bundle that looks like it's been tied with a green and white ribbon. It looks like there is a old sword hilt, or it might have been a sword hilt. It kind of looks it, or it might have been a handle to a knife or an axe. You're unsure. It's old. It's worn. There are a scattering of coins, not much, maybe a gold total. There's a lot of copper, a little bit of silver. There are no gold coins on the shrine plate. There is what looks to be a half-eaten bit of some kind of orange fruit. You're not entirely sure if it was an orange or was an orange. It's kind of dried and desiccated. And then there is it looks like somebody had left a very small tart. And there's also a couple of folded bits of paper. Some are very fine white paper. Some are just bits of, whatever paper would have been handy. Some of it's even parchment, very low quality. But they're all folded in such a way that you can't tell what's written on them. As you look up at the statue, one thing you can notice is that the statue is intricately carved. The woman with the cloak on, the cloak hides her face, so all you can see is the very tip of what you can noticeably tell is the tiefling face. The eyes and the nose are covered. The only thing that is showing is the mouth that has a very wiry, not quite a smile, not quite a grin. It's a very mysterious expression, but you could tell that there's humor behind it. You're not sure what kind of humor, good or bad, but it comes across. The dress that they are wearing on the statue that is carved into the stone is intricate. It would almost be a ball gown if it wasn't for the fact that the dress ends mid-waist to flare behind the cape, and a pair of trousers. And instead of elegant shoes or anything like that, they're a pair of adventurer boots. The horn that is sticking up out, it looks like somebody had actually, it looks like it's a cloak with a hole for the horn. It's an extremely, extremely detailed and masterwork statue.
Yeah. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Roll an insight check for me.
Nice.
You also notice that it's made out of the same stone as the stones in the basement.
Interesting. Huh. What kind of significance would that have? That they carved out the basement, put their keystone in there, and used the same stones that they carved the basement out of to make this statue. I'm going to ask the sculptors, do you know who made this statue?
You know,
Who the artist was?
we don't. There's no signature on it. I believe the Lord and Lady might know where they purchased it from or who made it, but we don't. I'm so sorry.
No worries. It's just very delicate and intricate and very interesting. I would love to know who crafted this statue.
The knight behind you goes and says, yeah, I think it was a little too well done. This statue gives me the creeps.
Really?
It's like, even though I can't see your eyes, it's like wherever I go in the garden, it's watching me. Yeah, not my favorite guard duty in the mansion, just to let you know. The other knight looks at him and goes, Frank, there's nothing wrong with the damn statue. I keep telling you. And then they start bickering back in two. One of them calling the other one a wussy. The other one saying it's not natural. And they're just going on about it. And you recognize the voices that you had over. Oh, very. They are going at it.
Awesome. Okay, I recognize the voices.
From were you in the library earlier, talking about how they were going to guard the statue and arguing back and forth? You heard this from when you were eavesdropping from the first store library earlier in the day, before you guys went to the basement.
I'm gonna touch the statue while they're distracted.
Where do you touch the statue? Just so you know, you can easily reach the foot, the legs, the outer cloak, and the one hand that is down, not the hand that is positioned up.
Don't leave any fingerprints behind. I'm not gonna help you fucking hide the bodies here.
You give it a touch, so just where do you touch?
Just right on the top of the hand. How's the hand positioned?
The one hand is hanging down by her side, so you could just touch the fingers if you reach. But that's a very good sleight of hand. You should be able to reach and not have everybody notice.
That's what I'll do. I will lightly touch / grasp the hand.
Touching the hand, you notice, because you have seen and touched the other statue, the arms of the statue are articulated.
Oh, another puzzle to figure out. Do I hear another puzzle?
Touching it.
Oh, I'm gonna go touch that statue later.
I'm not gonna move anything because I know they're distracted, but they're not that fucking distracted.
They're not that dumb either.
Leave them alone.
So now we go back to Namriel. Namriel, as you come up to the stairs, you are in the position to those double bay windows, and you actually see that Yabrana is downstairs in the garden. That's just the windows are right there as you're coming up the stairs. You also see that Brianna is looking through a bookshelf on the opposite side of you. She has not noticed that you're in the room yet.
Is Yabrana within 120 feet of me?
Absolutely. You guys are that's probably like 30 feet.
If I have visual sight, I can cast message.
And she's already
visual sight.
You do
within 120 feet.
Hey, you stop it.
What's happening down there? What's happening down there? Why are you fucking with a statue that we've all been told not to touch?
It's interesting. It's like the statues in the basement.
It moves?
Yes.
That is very interesting, and we might have to check that out whenever no one's paying attention to it. Or get permission from Lady Palfrey.
She might give us permission.
She might. Which is why I said, or try and get permission from her.
Ty, you're literally no room over here, buddy.
Because I genuinely think with everything we're fixing to do for her, she would at least let us figure out what's happening. Do you know if there's any more statues around here that are kind of like that one? Or if that's the only one?
No, this is the first one I've looked at.
No, like I'm asking if there's any other statues. Can you... I can see the guards down there. So after you're done fucking with the statue and trying not to break it, ask the guards if there's other statues like it around here.
Okay.
I'm just curious.
I'll ask.
Also, I'm fixing to put the message spell up in chat because I think there's something with it. I can cast it through solid objects if I'm familiar with the target, which means I don't need line of sight now that it's been established. That message spell, as long as we don't get more than 120 feet away from each other, will last.
Awesome. Put it up just so that you already did. Good job.
I already put it in chat. I was thinking ahead because I wanted to make sure that I could actually get that to work.
That is exactly how it is spelled out, and you guys are definitely familiar with each other, and your Brana has given permission and consent to the message spell at any time, so I'll absolutely allow that.
Fantastic. Alright, what was I doing? Right. Just let me know if they say there's any more statues nearby that are similar or that resemble that person. Because I'm probably going to be distracted for the next, 3 hours looking through these books.
Now, Marielle, you get to the top of the second floor. It overlooks the other part of the library. Lady Brianna is in. She's rummaging through books. There is a knight also in the room. I'm assuming it's for her protection. As you look around, you can see that there are multiple bookshelves. There's also a seated bench in front of an open fire, and there has been a tea service sit out in front of the fireplace.
Okay, so I don't care about the tea. I just want to go through and look at all the books.
Okay, which bookshelf would you like to look at first? And are you looking for anything in particular? I know you said you were interested in history.
Oh, I just noticed something about the map. It's just the overview with the giant ass hole right here.
That is correct.
I like that. That's cool.
It's a good map.
Yes, it is. Okay, what I'm looking for are books regarding the history of Tortal. Books regarding the history or whereabouts of known dragons or magic items.
Okay, which bookshelf would you like to inspect first?
I'm gonna start with these.
All right.
So that's what, 2 investigations? 1?
It is.
2?
2, please.
That's a 23 and a 6.
So right off the bat, in the very first part, you see that there's an extensive history collection, and it looks like they're all grouped together in that very first bookcase.
Oh, hell yeah.
Most of the history, though, it tends to be rather current. One appears to be what looks like, we would consider them newspaper articles, but back in the day, it wouldn't have been considered news. It would have been like a gossip, a gossip flyer, possibly. If any of you guys have played like Oblivion or Skyrim, it's like the little notes that you see everywhere that says what's going on.
Oh,
there's a compendium of that covers the last 2 or 3 years. It has a lot of interesting information in it about different nobles, different people of ill repute, people of very good standing and stature. It's got a lot of names. That may be worth you taking a considerable amount of time with. But that's your call.
I was fixing to snag that up and look through it and remember as many names as possible.
Okay, so from here on out, you will have advantage on history checks when it comes to remembering the names of people and places in the current situation. So if you would to hear a name of like a lord, you can do a history check and reference this book. We're going to give this book a name. Let's name it.
Okay, let me.
Penelope's Corner.
I'm. Is it Penelope's Corner?
Yep.
Alright, I threw that.
Bridgerton fans will get that reference.
I threw that in my inventory, not the book, but the name, just so I could remember exactly where all of this shit's coming from.
Yep, and
because
as long as
they said we can't take the books.
Yeah, you cannot remove the books from this floor. Other than that, you don't see anything that hits your 3 topics of interest in the rest of that bookshelf or the next one.
Alright, we're gonna come down here. Is that?
That's 3.
3.
That is 3.
This. Okay. Bonk. Bonk. Two natural 20s today. It's a lucky day.
The first book that catches your eye is another book on myths and mythical creatures that heavily references dragons. It's nowhere near the Slogfest that the one that you accidentally on purpose burnt to a crisp. This is more along the lines of like hearsay and a collection of tall tales and Wicked, what's the word for the tales that are local to a specific area?
Like regional fables?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, but there's called something else. Like, shoot. I'll remember it when I get off of here. It's like the tales of Bigfoot. It's a specific thing when it comes from a specific place. You know what I'm talking about? Local legend. It's a book about local legends. So it has
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, local legends. So it has like, you know, a lot of lore connected to different places.
Alright, I'll snag that one up.
And the second one that you find moderately interesting is a beginner's tome of cantripical magic. So it has a tome.
What?
Cantrips. Cantrip magic.
I got that after you said it again.
As you come to this set of bookshelves, Brianna does notice you, but she has selected a book and has come over here to this chair to sit. The knight moves out of your way, but continues to have line of sight between you and Lady Brianna.
Alright, so I found a book of cantripical magic and local tales and stuff like that.
That's correct.
And I'm gonna go to this shelf.
Give me another 3.
22, 12, and 16.
This one, 2 books caught your eye. One, because the cover is interesting. Most books don't have pictures or anything on the spine. This one does. This one has...
Sorry, my friend was calling me. Say all of that last little bit again.
Not a problem. One doesn't have anything to do with the subject matter you're looking for. However, the spine caught your attention because there's a picture on it. Most of these books either have the title or nothing at all, and just like a number or a publisher's mark. This one has a picture, and the picture on this book is of a tree. From the spine, it looks like a tree trunk, but when you go to pull the book off of the shelf and you look at it, the book opens up to, if you were looking at the back of the book, not the interior of the book, the back of the book turns into a humongous tree, with the trunk being along the spine and the leaves being along the top. At the base of that tree is a hole. There's no title on that book. When you go to turn it over and read it, the book is blank. The second book that catches your eye is another one related to magic, and that one is The Artifice of Magical Items. You can already tell by the very first page, this is a technical volume. It's dry. It's so very dry, but it's not pompous, and there is no speculation or anything. It's a dry, mechanical book about the creation of magical items.
Wait, it explains how magical items are created?
It does. It has some blueprints, and it has some manuals on some of the items that already exist or could exist. A lot of the knowledge in that tome is well beyond your comprehension.
For now.
That is correct. For now. You look around, there's only one additional chair in the room, but you now have 4 books in your possession. Brianna is into her book, so she's not paying much attention to you at all, other than looking up and giving you a half smile every now and then as you look through the bookshelves. What would you like to do?
Where's the other chair?
Far left-hand corner, right beside the stairs. It also gives you a good look out into the garden.
Right there?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna sit there and I'm just gonna start reading through all the books. I'm gonna start with the one about the lords and nobility right now, and the regions that they overlook. And then I'm gonna start messing with the one with the giant tree. I wanna fiddle around with it, see if I can get anything to happen.
Okay, and this is where we're gonna have to stop for tonight. So we will, yeah, walk. We'll pick this up the next time that we do shift, which should be this coming Sunday, internet and rain God's willing. So any thoughts, compliments, criticisms, or concerns about tonight's session?
I had fun. I wanna fuck with that statue though.
That was a lot of fun.
Okay, I have you guys homework.
So I'm gonna make my way to the library.
Yep, I have you guys homework.
Okay, what kind of homework?
Okay, so in your user's handbook, there is a list of things that you can get from a general store. All right, anything on that list under a gold coin, you can request.
Come here, buddy.
Now, the
throwing daggers.
Yeah, the one.
I'm trying to assassinate people from the distance.
The one exception to that will be the single-person tents or the group tents. So you guys talk amongst yourselves and figure out which one you want. If you guys want a group one, that's fine. If you want singles, that's fine as well. Just let me know. You can be as extravagant or as lean as you want. Cross-reference the stuff that you already have, like The starter backpacks will be off limits just because it wouldn't be fair. So like the miner's backpack and the adventurer's backpack kit and stuff like that, those will be off limits. Anything above a gold coin will be off limits. So actually take a look. You guys have got about 2 weeks rough travel on the road. You've got not only Alyssa to protect, but Barrett to protect as well. I want you guys to really think about it. Also, with this level up, what does that make you guys? Level 5?
Yep, level 5.
So
Okay, so that also means that your inheritance weapons will level up as well. So that means that you can upgrade them to the next rarity. So right now they're common. This time you can go up to rare. Or I'm sorry, uncommon. It's common, uncommon, rare. Yeah. So you can go up to uncommon.
10, I think.
And please note, please put on there that you guys would like the silver coating. Just a warning, and the only one you'll get.
okay. So I'll try to remember. Ooh, your hands are chilly, my love.
So you guys have got till Sunday to get that list together for me, and then you guys will be off. You guys will have to take some downtime, some rest time. So we'll come back. Ubrana, I will let you go through the library. Absolutely. I don't want you to miss that. And then, of course, talk to Domriel about the books that he's already found. But then we can guarantee that tomorrow, the next session, we will actually get on the road and do some good stuff. I actually planned for us to get on the road today, but we just had so much to do, and it was so much fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, on that note,
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
very much fun.
Yep. On that note, I'm going to say we're going to see you guys Sunday. Say bye, everybody. Thank you, viewer.
Yep.
Till Sunday.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.